Suzanne, what is that Seva stuff?
Oh, Kate, I thought you'd never ask.
We're doing a flashback to Seva's first 5-year report for the 5 years 1978 through 1983. That report started with the opening page with our background against a picture of Mount Everest. And then we go on to describe at the bottom that Seva is a Sanskrit word for service. That's what's written at the bottom of the page. And the way we describe it is, to us, it means using the intellect in service to the heart, using technology with compassion. The Seva Foundation's guiding principle is to reduce human suffering through the use of sound medical and public health techniques. Inside, we have a birthday cake that combines all Seva's first 5 years in how funds were raised and how they were used. And what's beautiful to see is the distinction between 5 years ago when we raised and spent a cumulative $3 million, and that, as we're saying, like this coming year, the budget approaches more like $10 million for expenditures. And what I'm pleased to see is we've retained a very strong proportionality across how Seva uses funds, across overall our program services and our administration and fundraising. We also, in this document, show some new directions, and just it's fun to see back then, Seva was supporting reforestation programs, which are highlighted as new directions. Also, we celebrated the beginning of Seva Canada in 1982. And finally, we note the Lambini Project as just starting at the invitation of the government of Nepal. The final page is a word about Seva is getting around, and I'm going to give us a close-up of the top of the page and the bottom of the page. At the top of the page, we have Robin Williams and Ram Dass. Robin Williams attended a lot of events in the early years through the early 90s. And then what we have here is Ram Dass, of course, in the list at the top half of the performers who participated in Seva concerts up until that time. And then finally, the lower portion of that back page, which focuses on the Grateful Dead, as well as Kate Wolf, Jackson Browne, Graham Nash, and our site trekkers who did the 3,000-mile journey down the Continental Divide. I do want to point out that back then, the Central Seva office was in Chelsea, Michigan, and the printing of this publication was supported by a donation from Jiffy Mixes, the people who have these little tiny boxes that make cornbread. They were a neighbor in Chelsea, Michigan, and they sponsored the printing of a lot of our original publications. Also, because this publication came out before there was really desktop publishing, all of these pieces, like the calligraphy at the top of a page, it was honest to God calligraphy by David Green's wife at that time. So that's that Seva stuff for this week, and it just gives us a quick glimpse of Seva's first 5 years as celebrated in our very own birthday cake. Send a donation and make Seva's next birthday even brighter.
Hey, thanks, Suzanne. That was so amazing.
There's a lot more where that came from. Stay tuned on our social media channels for more.